All right, guys, so just wanted to show you our different roofing packages and what all they included, and then also show you some pictures in here that hopefully help explain that. So we typically have three different roofing packages. We have our Everest package, we have our Denali package, and we have our base package. Each one of these includes some slightly different components and shingles. The main thing to remember is that the Everest and the Denali package both include what we call a GAF lifetime roofing system, whereas the base package includes a TAMCO shingle with standard shingle accessories and components. So, like for example, the Everest package includes a GAF Timberline UHDZ shingle, and the Denali package includes a GAF Timberline HDZ shingle. The difference between these two is that this is a high definition architectural shingle with a few upgrades. Algae resistance to it, which doesn't really matter too much to us here in Utah, but it does also have some nice definition that makes things look good. When a customer is going to be in the home for a long time and they want a roof that not only functions well but looks nice, this is always a great option. They all actually come with lifetime coverage on the shingles. So they come with 10 years of full coverage. They come with unlimited prorated coverage after that first 10 years. It covers labor and material. In the case of a manufacturer defect, that's the warranty that comes straight from GAF or TAMCO. And then the main difference between these three shingles is actually the wind warranty. So with your GAF shingles, where we actually combine them with all of the GAF shingle accessories, which a lot of guys don't end up doing. They'll use like a GAF Timberline HDZ, which is great, but then they use a lot of standard components. That disqualifies you from getting maximum wind speed coverage. So because we do that, we get 15 years of coverage where there's no maximum wind speed. It doesn't matter the storm. Your roof is covered if you have a shingle that blows off. GAF will cover it, material and labor. And with the TAMCO Titan XT in our base package, you get 15 years of coverage with a maximum wind speed of up to 160 miles per hour. That's part of the reason we chose this TAMCO Titan shingle for the base package, is because not only is it budget friendly, but it has a really, really good wind warranty to it. It was the 2024 product of the year, roofing product of the year. And so because of that, we've really enjoyed using it. The other thing that we do is there's a few different components as well, and these are things that you don't see because they end up under your roof, but we call these shingle accessories. So it's like your ice and water barrier, your underlayment, your starter strip, your ridge cap shingles, the ventilation we put on the roof, the plumbing boots, all that type of stuff. If we come in and we look at like this job, and this is a good image because this shows the underside of the roof, but like this would be your ice and water barrier. This is your synthetic underlayment. You've got, these are plumbing pipes right here. So we put boots around these. Let's see if we can find a picture with the boot around one. So like, for example, right here, this is a plumbing boot that we put on. We go through, we're going to do ice and water on the walls. This is your step flashing. But the point is when we do the different roof packages for you, we'll use all GAF roofing accessories, shingle accessories, whereas we'll just use standard components with our base roof. And what this does is it does one thing in specific is the reason that we do this. Well, two things. One, it gives us maximum wind speed coverage when we do this. And then two, we also get lifetime coverage on all of your shingle accessories. So things like your ice and water barrier, your underlayment, or starter strip, or your ventilation. If they're made by GAF, you get lifetime coverage on all of those components. You get 10 years of full coverage, material and labor, and then you get unlimited prorated coverage afterwards. Whereas if we're using like Henry's Eve Guard and ABC Pro synthetic underlayment, just standard components that come from different manufacturers, just chasing down the cheapest stuff, we can't offer any sort of manufacturer warranty on those. The second difference between these, and I guess this is one important difference and why I have it highlighted, is the type of ventilation that we use. There is either a ridge vent, so we use the GAF Cobra Ridge Runner, or there's standard box vents. This is what ridge vent looks like, and most roofs that we end up doing are underventilated when we use box vents. Box vents are typically used by contractors because they're inexpensive, but the problem is that we don't have enough ventilation typically with them. So we prefer to opt into having you use the ridge vent. This is what it looks like. So it actually blends in really well with the roof from the ground. You don't have the boxes sticking on the back anymore. We plug those or we patch those. And what you get here is you have is the actual vent system. It has filters on the side, and then we put the ridge caps over the top. It looks really nice. It brings you up to code. It brings you up to manufacturer spec as far as ventilation goes. This is something that we really like to do. So when we do our Denali or Everest package, you're going to get ridge vent with one of those. Whereas with their base roof, you just get standard box vent. So you can always ask us and we could price you out for doing some ridge vent. But like I said, typically these are the two you'll get it with. Outside that, the other main differences is, drip edge, everything's the same no matter what package we use. We're going to do all the flashing around the chimneys no matter what package you use. We'll add in the crickets. We'll do that type of stuff. That's what any roofing contractor should do and should explain ones. And I guess our workmanship guarantee as well. But two big ones is how we fasten the shingles to the roof. So if you opt in to do our Denali or Everest package, we use special ordered fasteners, special ordered nails to reduce nail pops, which is a nail pop is when we're nailing in these shingles. So like on, let's see here, like on this picture, for example, we nail in our shingles right here on this nailing strip line right here. Over time with a smooth shank nail, those will work their way out and they'll push up the shingle that layers over the top of them, or they'll push through it. And typically we'll see some really bad roofs every once in a while that can cause some serious damage to the plywood underneath. Using a ring shank nail with that granite hold fastening system helps a lot with preventing those. They hold a lot tighter. They're going to hold tighter for longer. And to be honest, they make it a pain in the butt for the next guy that's coming in to replace the roof. But if you're going to be in the house for a while, they're typically worth it. If we end up doing the base roof package for you, we just use a standard smooth shank nail. And then the other thing that I like to point out is with plywood, when we do a roof, we typically, I'll try and fill what we've got up there on the roof beforehand and say, hey, you have a lot of squishy plywood, or hey, there's really not much. But until we tear it off, we don't know what exactly needs to be replaced. So like if you look at this job, for example, we replaced several sheets on this side. We also came over onto the back side and replaced several sheets. We replaced, I think, 9 sheets on this job. And typically the way most roofers or a good roofer should structure is they should say, hey, up front, we give you 3 sheets, we give you 6 sheets, we give you 5 sheets of plywood. And then after that, we charge you per sheet we find. We do the same on our base roof package where we give you 6 free sheets and then it's $100 per sheet after. Whereas with our Denali or our Everest package, we give you guys unlimited sheets. It doesn't matter how many sheets we need on the roof. We go ahead and we just take care of it, and we foot the bill for that. There's no expense passed on to you guys. And then last thing is, like I said, I kind of skimmed over it, but our workmanship guarantee. Obviously, we charge what we charge to make sure that we can stick around, and if there is any problems, we can come back and make sure it's taken care of for you guys. But I do feel like that workmanship guarantee is important. It's 5 years, no questions asked. We just get stuff taken care of for you. That's provided by us. So you just go through us and we just come out and we'll take care of it immediately for you. There's no need to go through, GAF or whoever, but to finally get someone to come out 6 months later. So we hustle, we get out there, we get it taken care of for you. Hopefully that explains it. If you guys have more questions, always feel free to reach out, text me, give us a call, whatever, and we'll make sure that we get these answered for you. But like I said, if you're going to be in the house for a good minute, the Everest package or the Denali package is always worth considering. Otherwise, that base package, if we need to cut costs or keep costs down, this is a great choice as well. It just doesn't have quite as many benefits as these two.